Hi there, it's Sam from pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, which is a rather quirky little box, which is just so pretty, and it has been stitched closed. But there's no glue whatsoever. It's cuts and sewing with ribbon, and I love it, and I had so much fun. It was a wonderfully happy accident. Let's try and pull this ribbon open. And it opens up. You can actually, although I've pulled it quite closed, you have options with this as to how wide or big you make it. If I pull that bit of ribbon out of the way. So it's up to you how tight you pull it to make it close. And that's the fun of this. So if you've got something a little bit fatter and you don't want it fully closed up, you could go like that. You could have it full tight, you could have it wider. It will make more sense when I make it for you. As to how wide it will go, but it's just darling. But even at the tightest pull close, this ribbon is so forgiving it doesn't budge. It's lovely, 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 lovely crinkle ribbon. I'm going to have fun. I've got a skinny ribbon I'm going to work with in a minute, but it's still pretty huge. Dead simple piece of cardstock that's 8 by 6 inches, 20 by 15 centimetres. That was Berry Burst. This is Fresh Fig. Loving the new in colours. On the long side, score it at 2, 3, 5 and 6. Questioning myself then for a second. 2, 3, 5 and 6 in metric, 5, 7.5, 12.5 and 15. Turn it round and score it at 2 and 4. Which is 5 and 10, and then mark it at the 3-inch mark and whiz it round and mark it again at the 3-inch mark, which is 7.5 centimetres. Okay, and then use that little mark and score a triangle to the first cross of score lines that you come to. So I will show you when I've done it. Fresh Fig is hopefully that middle ground colour, yes, where you can see what I'm doing. It's not too light, not too dark. So there's my vertical score lines, and that's my triangle with my little mark. So that's the shape we've made. We can see it better at the bottom. Okay, so fold these score lines. Everything is written down on my blog. If you open up the description bar of this project, of this video rather, you'll see a link in there, and if you click on it, it will take you directly to this project where all the measurements will be written down, and they will be underneath of another copy of this video, so you can watch and see the measurements at the same time. Oh, I've got a blob of glue stuck to my bone folder. That's no good. I have to set that off to clean. Okay, so which bits are we going to cut? We need to cut the straight lines here on the left hand side, no, where you've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So cut straight down the square, and it'll be very obvious which is the square, and into the rectangle a little bit. So I've just got a tiny little wedge, but you cut straight down the squares, not the rectangle. When you put in a score line with a stylus, you get this sort of lumpy bump of cardstock where you've bent the fibres. Essentially, you're cutting that bit off. So you've got this nice, lovely neat edge. Okay, so that's the first side. I'm going to do exactly the same over here. There we go. So we've got some score lines here, so just gently bend them with your fingers. Those are the diagonal ones. So you get that sort of a shape. Oh, I've got to chop my arm. And there as well. So it's going to start coming together now. So we've got 2 tiny little pieces of designer series paper. It's so pretty, the fresh flowers. I love it. I loved it in Night of Navy. I love it even more in the In Colours. And I've got 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 inches square, which is 4.5 centimetres. And they are going to go on this part here. So obviously I've only cut 2, so they can really only go in those 2 places. But if in doubt, it's the ones not next to the triangles. Right, handheld punch now. And the only bit we're going to put into is, we're going to put into there and also on here. So go into the middle at the top. If I turn it around that way, you should see it. And the same over there. And then on this part, you're going to kind of go between the peak of your triangle. Oh! Sorry, the sun's gone. That's my makeshift blind for my dodgy sunlight that streaks across my desk. It's just fallen off. Okay, now, I'm going to have to show you this without the ribbon. The way it's going to work is these tabs are going to come in first. The rectangles are going to come in like that. Then these outer squares are going to come in around them. So you've got rectangle, square, that one. That's how the layers work. So it's going to come together like that and fold up and fold up, and it will pinch. So in all sorts of different directions. If I put that on autofocus, so let me show you that again. Those ones are going to come in, these ones are going to come around. On the inside, obviously you want the pattern on the outside, and the more you pinch it closed, the wider and more fun it gets. Cool, huh? So, I've gone for slightly thinner ribbon this time. Let me get a pointy bit. So I can stitch. So start with the outer part. No, that didn't make sense. Start from the outside of a patterned part. Go inside a triangle hole. And out the back, over the top, and the same over. So we're going over and into the triangle. Can you see that? So we've gone from the outside, if I pull that a little bit tighter, and then through from the inside back to the outside of this final square, which is a patterned one. Oh, I can't get it through now. There we go. So that's the pattern we're creating. So in, through, over, through. I tilt that round, hopefully you can see it. So, while your ribbon is still quite loose, get your sides in position, get it all roughly lined up, and as you draw the ribbon together, it will pull through. I promise you it will. It looks fiddly, it's worth it. Make sure you've got your ribbon on the top and not tucked away, which is what mine decides to do. Okay. So hopefully you can see that a little bit better now. And as you pull, it comes together. And you finish off with this fabulous bag. And like I say, if you want it tighter or looser or what have you, it depends on how tight you pull it. And that is the most fun I've had making a bag in a long time. How cool is that? It It wasn't at all what I intended to make when I started designing it. I was going for something completely different. I went, oh no, oh no, that would be fun. So yeah, how cool is that? I love it. Great way to showcase beautiful papers, beautiful colours, beautiful ribbons. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.